Welcome to the podcast all. We're on a roll with these this year and we intend to keep it up. We're all excited for this one. We've only got an hour, so we're not going to try and waffle too much. Before we start, make sure that you like and subscribe. And let's fucking crack on, lads.
Use code
Deck10.
He went for everything.
Deck10 Hilly10 at NG Muscle and at TrainWellJP and at Thoroughbred Labs just over 15. All right.
And you moaning little bastards. I hope you're happy I'm not wearing my shit glasses anymore. And as soon as I need a fucking left eye replacement, I'm coming to your house and beating your hands up. So I'm sick of being bullied.
I do have a quote through Pro Farmer for those asking about
I have
that.
them. I'll
Is
wear
yours a
them
way
today.
cooler than mine? Mine are shit like
Oh, wait.
gypsies.
Those are
Doctor
cool,
ones.
Right, those are cool.
Yeah,
These
Cuba got
ones-
those for Christmas, bro.
Nah, I actually had this way before Cuba. Got you on
Cuba
YouTube.
got them as a Christmas present.
Cuba got me these.
Hey, you pull them off because you're brown. They make me look whiter.
Right, do you want to get straight into questions or what?
Yeah, get straight into some questions. No one cares what we've been doing. This fucking dog, lad, this dog. Oh, needy.
Have any of you tried DSIP? And if so, did you notice any improvement into sleep?
Don't even know what DSIP is.
I tried it. One of my clients actually sent me something to try. Didn't really notice much from it. I did only give it 4 or 5 days, but it just didn't do much for me at all. It's peptide.
What is it? Deep sleep inducing peptide or some shit?
Yeah. Didn't
Oh,
do
I was reading up on this the other day.
I do intend to try it again because Pro Forma have got it, I believe. But when I did try it, and it was from Biolabs, so I imagine it's pretty legit. But I personally didn't use it. And to be honest, I'm taking so many injections at the moment. I'm not even taking a lot of peptides. I've put it off so far, but I am going to get something to try again. Lastly, I tell you what, for those watching, I don't know, I mentioned it last time. I've been taking 2 grams of dissolvable vitamin C with my sleep stack. And I only sleep for 5 hours, 45 minutes.
What's your sleep stack, G?
Well, my sleep stack, at the moment, I take Train by GFP.
Wrong answer.
I don't even take a sleep stack, so I'm taking Unwind with additional magnesium for whatever reason. I'm taking, because they've all really got, whether you're taking the Engineered one or Jordan's one, they're all pretty much the same stuff, just at different varying degrees. And I'm taking that with it's the dissolvable vitamin C that for whatever reason, I'm going to bed, right, and I'm getting a solid, stopping now, I'm getting a solid almost 6 hours undisturbed with this fucking nerve.
I also think the dissolvable vitamin C, for some reason, forces diuresis so much better than the tablets. I don't know what it is, but they're so much more effective for me when I'm running my high dosages.
Eddie Elwood, right? Eddie Elwood. So I got some nutritional advice and steroid advice from him when I was a kid because him and my dad were very good mates. And he was adamant about using only dissolvable vitamin C, which is why I have a lot of clients using it. So
I don't use dissolvable this long. It tastes disgusting.
I like the orange ones from Tesco, me.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Too much sweetness for me,
But
that G.
I took it by accident before bed about 3 weeks ago, and ever since, my sleep's just been better.
Sainsbury's do raspberry ones, mate. They're peat. It's like drinking squash.
And that's
I take 2 grams every night.
Yeah.
Me.
And that's regardless of
And every
growth
morning.
hormone or anything else, but the pre-bed. And when I Googled it, it helps the uptake of stuff and stuff to sleep, but big game changer for me.
If you are deficient in vitamin D, so the knowledge is if you take vitamin D, it actually makes you a little bit more alert in the morning. But I've been taking it pre-bed because my vitamin D has come back low 3 times now. And I've tried that on my vitamin D, JP's vitamin D, the soluble vitamin D, Lipsomal vitamin D, all of the brands, yeah? So actually, I thought at one point, are they all fake? It's just my body. I've been taking the vitamin D before bed, and I fuck you not, my sleep is way better.
Interesting.
But I said to you boys, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is with my body, but the injectable glutathione, I don't know if it's because I'm a fucking head case anyway, and I'm just flat out 24/7, but it does something to me, man. Like I feel like a new man. Like I just feel, I don't know if it improves my like REM sleep or something, or it is really reducing oxidative stress overall. But I just feel like, I don't know, you know when you're on cycle and you get a toxic feeling, that goes. That you don't feel like you're on cycle is weird.
I think, and this is stupid because it's not stupid to thought, but because I don't take it regularly like I should, because it's another injection, right? But on paper and looking at the people that I know that take it, injectable glutathione really should be available for everybody, just because of the immune system benefits, as everything. The only time I remember to take it is if I'm going drinking, because if I take a mil of injectable glutathione,
Hangover's gone. Yeah.
And one the next day, I don't even notice I've been drinking.
Yeah. Fact.
Game changer there. Big game changer.
I've just don't want to pin again. I've been sticking it with my L-carnitine pre-workout. I just pin it all at the same time and then go train.
All at the same time, yeah. I have been using SS31, and to be honest, I was using it for obviously bring up kidney function, yeah, because there's some very good studies on that. And I had a call with Cuba. We spoke about it as well, and Joe Jeffrey. Cuba sees some good results from it on cycle.
I need to start taking this.
Yeah, the SS31.
What, as in his kidney function improved?
So some of the studies are showing that it can improve kidney function. I know there's a very rare disease out there that affects very few people in childhood, and them children, they die very young. I don't know what it is. You Google it and YouTube it and have a look. The SS31 passed trials for that.
Interesting.
So the FDA approved it for that thing, yeah? Now, I'm going to trial it at 5 mg a day, which is a decent dosage. Obviously, it's sponsored, so I'm not trying to plug it for no reason.
Yeah.
But I've stopped using Moxie. All I'm using right now is SLU and the SS31. And I'm going to see what kidney function comes back at, because everything's on lock right now, yeah? And on top of that, but it has given me very good...
Focus.
Yeah.
What Jordan swears by. I just, like I was saying before, I didn't want to bring in too many things at once.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm just seeing the low dose redder. And again, I said it last time, the energy focus I'm getting from Moxie all day. One of my good mates over in Dubai has been running it like I have. Almost said the same thing. Didn't notice it at first, but I feel just as switched on and energized, shall we say, 5, 6, and 7 o'clock at night as I do at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm not taking modafinil. I'm taking CV when I wake up, and Moxie 1 mg. And my
What'd you say before the Moxie?
CV burn.
Okay.
And that's the only, I take that year around me. It's the only thing that wakes me up with no crash.
Yeah.
One of my favorite supplements on the fucking planet. Half my mates run it that aren't even into training. And like girls, I know Sarah takes it. It just gives you this boost on the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm not having any caffeine, no coffees, nothing all day. And my energy prolonged all day. It's superb with no impact on sleep.
The Moxie, I find it's really good. But I don't know why, Hilly. I think that was giving me a bit of a little bit of I don't know, G. I think it smashes down your drive in other aspects. Do you get what I mean? I think it smashes your sex drive.
Oh, really?
I think it does.
Maybe.
Hilly, I was banging the Moxie like there was no man's business.
Yeah, how much were you taking though?
Sometimes 2 milligrams, sometimes 3, sometimes 2 in the morning, 2
Hey,
pre-gym.
to be fair though, with the size of your fucking hands, I don't know how you get any blood to your cock. Look at them.
Did it get rid of your sex drive, or was it affecting your erections? I know you go a bit funny talking about this stuff, so don't get embarrassed on it.
No, I'm not.
It's not haram, bro. Don't worry.
No, it's hard to word it, isn't it? Because I had my last bloods done, as you know, Hilly, my E2 came back at 800, yeah? I still think that's a bit of a bullshit, yeah?
Mr. E2 over here.
No, listen, I'm always transparent. Everyone asks me for help. Everyone asks for help, yeah? So I messaged Cuba, I goes, yo, I need some help. Come and jump on the video chat, yeah? He goes, what's up? I goes, bro, I had my bloods done when I was last with you, yes? You've got the data, yeah? I've got my data here. Let's have a look. And he goes, your E2 is really fucking high. And he goes, how's sex drive? And I was like, you have to think about it. And I was like, I don't really think about it. And then I realized, fuck me.
Do you know what? I find if it's never a fault and you're just distracted, it's probably dipping. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. And then I realized, and I thought, okay, hold on. But I went to, I'm strong as fuck. I go, Hilly, I'm strong as fuck. So my E2 must be in a good place, yeah? But I was, Hilly, I think it was high, super high, but alongside the Moxie and alongside all of this shit, it was making it worse. I've stopped using the Moxie and I'm better.
Oh, you finished improved now?
Huh?
You finished improved with the Moxie out?
I feel better with the Moxie out right now, but I'm using SS31. So SS31, in essence, it repairs.
There's a lot going on there, isn't it? I mean, if having your research in 800 or 900 is going to be thankful, isn't it? But that to say,
do you know what? I had a look back at all the dates. I look back at all the data, yeah? Because when I got poorly, I told you I couldn't train my legs. My back was hurting. I had edema in my legs. And Cuba looked at the stats he had as well, yeah? Because obviously he's got the data in it. Data don't lie. And I went, at this point here was when I started getting, couldn't do legs anymore. Do you remember? I went, I can't train legs. Yeah, and he reckons that I actually sort of agree. HGH is obviously really high. E2 drive gone up really high. On top of that, I've got poorly. I'm holding all this water and all that added stress on your kidney. And then you put an MPP in. I dropped the Primo out. And I reckon the body's just gone, it's gone total opposite way.
But if I ran what he's just said he's ran, I would be a fucking water balloon, mate. My face would be the size of King Kong.
Because
I was lean.
Yeah, because Riz always does this. When he has these little periods on his own, he starts like mixing it together and going with it. And that it creates this fucking shitstorm.
No, but I remember my back was hurting so much at one point.
You couldn't do anything because you was
honestly, just sitting here right now, I would be in agony.
That's really common though. We're obviously with the water retention from higher estrogen, obviously the edema will be around your lower back and obviously be intramuscular as well. That's super common. It's like when we're mad in the off season, our shins and fucking backs fall to pieces.
Bro, but I never ever, Hilly knows, I never get the ankle fat.
Yeah, neither do I. Yeah.
I come off that plane in Dubai. I looked at Dia and I goes, my ankles are fucked. And I've never ever had that, bro. I don't have an issue holding water.
I'm obviously like my calves like a good indicator for me because they're always peeled. But when I fly, they do turn into absolute water balloons for a day. Like there's nothing I can do.
This time they got really bad.
Even though I take a diazide, like before I fly, it still will not get rid of it. Not a chance.
I think I had an infection, Ellie, a bad one.
We know you were poorly, weren't we?
Because I was poorly 6 weeks. But I don't think that had a part in it. One
of my clients had that stomach bug, and he has a dodgy gut anyway. But he was bad about 12 weeks, so he went to the doctors. He went to a specialist. They were checking him for cancer. They had him in all for the cancer scans. That's how bad he was. Everything came back clear. We did the same as me and you did, Riz. Changed everything, pulled every supplement out, mate. We jumped through every fucking hoop, right? None of it made a difference. Camera down, camera up, check for cancer here, biopsies here. Everything was negative. After about 11 or 12 weeks, all of a sudden, I feel all right. Oh, everything went back to normal. He was just poorly, and the illness, what I was explaining to him was, if you've already got a set, like this bug that everybody's getting at the moment, it's making them sick, it's giving them the shits. So if it's given people with normal digestive system, bad bug, like bad side, 7 to 10 days, for those of us with bug, it's going to hit people worse. And the more sensitive you are, the more issues you might deal with normally, that's going to be 10 times as worse.
And I think me not having nipple glands was an excuse to say, "Oh, I can't feel that. I keep saying,
you're right though. It's something you need to be cautious of.
Do you know what I mean? So I know I still need to accept it's still going to go up.
Yeah.
I might not feel it though.
Question.
But I'll let everyone know the SS31 when I get my blood done in about 3 weeks. How much sleep do you get per night?
About fucking 2 hours at a minute.
Is Honey doing good, is she?
It's fucking mental, mate. Yeah, I'll do well to get good 4 hours at the moment. Like once upon a time when I was good and I didn't have a child, mate, I was in bed by 9 o'clock, sleeping all the way through to fucking 6 a.m. Now, don't exist.
My average for the year for 2025 was 6 hours and 6 minutes.
Where the fuck do you check that?
I just go on I've got a Fitbit donor, so I go to sleep. A week, month. My average for this week, hang on. My average for this month, 6 hours, 11 minutes. My average for for last week, no. Last week before was 5 hours, 45 minutes. Week after was 5 hours, 57 minutes.
Fucking hell.
So I only ever sleep between 5.5 and 6 hours.
You lot are mashed. Friday I got 7 hours 13. Monday I got 7 hours 49. Yesterday 6 hours 41.
I think you'll find most people function better on 6 hours and 8. Most people.
Yes, 6 hours 45.
I've been saying this for years and years. I've tested, man. If I sleep for 7 or 8 hours, I feel groggy all day, like stoned.
Yeah.
If I wake 5.5, 6 hours, I'm sound.
Yeah.
If I have too many days at 5, I get to day 4, day 5, and I'm like,
and it gets you. Yeah.
Yeah, but gee, I think the big issue as well, Hilly, is going to sleep is one thing and your quality of sleep is another, isn't it? It really makes a big difference. Like 6 hours of good sleep.
well, that's what I'm saying at the moment. I'm in bed because Aralina goes to bed, so I work, and then I get up to work before she goes before she wakes up, and then I just do this the year round. So I'm usually in bed for 11, sleep for like between 11:15, and I'm up about 5. And if I wake up at 5 and I let myself go back to bed for an hour or two, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
If I get up and crack on, I feel
it's like if you skip the natural wake up alarm. You know when you get up and you could get up and you think, I'll go back to sleep for an hour, that's when it fucks you.
I do that every single day. I've got this new alarm clock, innit?
Let me guess, it costs $9,000?
No, it's fucking sick. It's a Lumi light, yeah? So when it
shades the lights on to wake you up, so you think it's light.
Yeah, it's the orange, and then as it's time to get up, it goes up bright, something as in like look, I have the desktop version here. Look.
Bro, you ain't normal, mate.
This is the desktop version, yeah?
I thought you were going to have, do you remember, like, in, like, 2001, you had those, like, footballs that played songs, and you throw it at the wall afterwards, those rubber things? I thought you'd have, like, one of those popping up Punjabi MC, and you bang it against all the shit out.
Now, legit, listen, it goes off, yeah? And it goes from orange to, like, obviously, it's like the sun rising, yeah?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then the birds start chirping and that, and I'm like, for fuck's sake. And I get up, but it's fucking mega.
This is what money does to people, bro. Like, this is listen. When you turn rich, I remember when you were cool, bro. You were changed, man.
Listen, this is all. Listen, I got a rate. Listen, look at my light here, yeah. This is a look.
He'll be wearing Lululemon gym clothes next week.
Listen, you fucking bella. It's about progress. When I'm sitting at the screen a lot in the morning and the curtain's down, it's very dark. I put that on and it helps you get your better rhythm.
I've got a new alarm now because Aralina's now finally in the bed because I get her bunk beds with a fucking smile.
Yeah, I saw it look sick.
Right. So now what Aralina does is she must wake about 4 o'clock, 4:30, realize that she's in her own bed. She grabs a pillow, she rides a pillow down the slide, brings the pillow into my room and wakes me up to tell her she's getting in my bed, and then she goes back to sleep. And then I get up and she'll now sleep till 7:30. So if I get up then, I've got 3 hours to fucking work before she wakes up. So I just get up then now.
No, I wouldn't mind that. But my kid, she like crawls onto my neck and face like a fucking orangutan, and then I can't move. Like I can't get her off me.
And you sweat back to sleep.
Yeah, I just lie there like I'm just like pranging, just staring at the ceiling. Like, what's the point in life?
Aralina gets in and she's like me. She just like to be in the quilt, like sprawled out, taking up all the space in the bed, and I'm like lying in the corner like this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's absolutely improved my sleep day and night, yeah, and I have the data to prove it, yeah. And D has finally come to the conclusion it works. You get them, you get the nasal strips. Yeah, they're good.
I agree. Yeah, you got those magnetic bastards.
No, that's shit as well. But look, if you look at my nose, look at my nose here.
As your nose is, you'll have to put a tap on over yours.
Yeah. Look at the size of my nose.
You got one nostril big enough. How much pack are you sniffing, kid? Look, me and Healy's are fuck. Look at those bad boys. They're built for railing coke.
Yeah, but you see this nostril, yeah, is smaller. You see, look.
Yeah, it is.
I need a little fat note in there.
You're like Daniela Westbrook, mate.
So I've been sleeping with that thing on.
You've been sleeping with a rolled up note in it to open it up.
Nah, listen, it's that thing you put up your nose, yeah? It does that. Let me get it.
He was weird as shit, man.
Hey, do you know the mad thing is he owns engineered muscle and he's like slowly not becoming an engineered muscle person. It's mental.
You know, a fucking lamp that changes the colour to wake him up to the fucking birds.
He owns engineered. It'll be sponsored by Dr. B next week.
Listen to me. Right, this is why on stage, after Hamish gets smoked, I'll say, remember one thing, mate. You forgot your light bulb and you forgot your light on the lamp.
Can you imagine backstage if he's napping and he's got that Lumi light? I'll boot it. I will fucking kick it across the room.
Look, he's good light there with a light on his neck.
Birds chirping.
With his nose.
Yeah.
Listen, you fucking knobs. You just broken my thing. You distracted me. No, but honestly, this thing is a fucking. I'm going to show you how it works.
Is it basically like a scaffolding tube thing that opens up your nostril?
The only thing that's got up my nose when I've been asleep is when the lads pour loads of whiff down the other side.
Yeah.
You can under someone's nose when they're asleep and go.
And you make it choking.
Look. This is what. Oh shit! What's happened here? Look, it's this piece of plastic here.
I couldn't be having that in my nose, like.
Bro,
Look,
that
yeah,
looks
so-
like, you know, like the fucking diagram of a bird's vagina on the inside. Like, that's what it looks like.
This
It's
looks
the
like
two tubes in the uterus.
this looks like what they put up a woman when they stop the when they don't want to have
Not
children.
DUI. Yeah, not DUI. What's it called?
What's it called?
Coil.
A coil, isn't it?
It's the American thing that they use. Something else.
Yeah, that big T thing. Yeah, well, look,
Yeah,
you
it's
put up your nose,
basically
yeah?
a woman's condom.
Watch this. Let me show you what. Well, it's sick. And look, see my nostril.
Bro, your sex drive ain't gone down. Dealers don't want to fuck you with all that shit in your face and his weird lights on.
Bro, listen to me, bro. I swear to God, yeah. Look,
Imagine Miz climbing on top and you can see it on his nose.
And he'd have those glasses on as well.
no, I'll be doing it, and I go, and it hits her in the eye.
You guys doesn't pretending to be Cuba.
No, legit. I swear to God, I could hand in my heart say, this has been a fucking game changer. I'll stop snoring.
Do you snore? I was going to ask that. Do you snore?
Hang on a minute. Every check-in D's complaining to me that you snore like a motherfucker, right?
I don't snore through my mouth. I snore through my nose like this. Look, I snore like that because I'm a nose breather.
You sound like Turbo.
Bro, legit, I think I'm a nose breather because sometimes I wake up and I'm like, fuck. But honestly, yo, this destroys any nose strip, and it's cheaper. You get a pack of 3 for £10 from engineeredmuscle.co.uk.
Actually, that one's...
Turbo intake.
Yeah,
that'd be sick. That is a cool name.
I've got a question.
Turbo intake.
Yeah.
See, I was looking at studies. Hamish says, what study was it that made Riz decide to train with 3 reps in reserve?
Do you know what? Listen to me.
They call
Hamish,
it the Cuba School of Logic.
Listen. Hamish is my boy, innit? So I don't want to diss him.
The nose piece and glowing light fucking study, that's what it was.
Listen, Hamish is my boy, so I don't want to disrespect him, all right? But he needs to understand. On a stage, the front double will expose powerlifting waistline very quickly, okay? We shall see. Hamish, 12 weeks, bruv.
12 weeks, bruv.
Yeah, prep yourself. I'll prep myself. Prep yourself. I'll prep myself.
There's not 4 coaches in 12 weeks.
Listen, when it comes to getting lean, if Hamish ever lost to me, he's not allowed to compete again because I'm about 10 kilo less. If I ever beat Hamish on
Hamish
stage,
is big, man. Like Hamish is a big dude now. Not like
he'd have to quit. He'd have to quit if I beat him.
I beat him. Not that he's massive now. Like he's big.
But I know he's big.
Yeah.
That's why I say I know he's big. What I'm saying true is, but if I ever beat Hamish, he has to retire.
He's got like 50.
He's got like 50. I'm a fuck prepping. I don't like how prepping. Prepping my ass.
Right, I've got another one.
Man's got a fucked up blood work prepping.
Blood work, I'm not prepping.
Do you know what I mean?
Would you use Lantus in a prep?
Fuck yes.
Yeah. I tend to use Lantus for high days. For some people, if we've had it in the off season, everything's good. I'll keep it in to start a prep. There's no just because you're moving to prep doesn't mean Lantus comes out. If everything's good, it stays in while food's at an adequate level. The reason I'll put it is because as food and fats get lower, I don't want to risk people going into a high ball and having to overeat and ruin the daily food intake.
Yeah, but in the past when we spoke about this, you've said you'd pull it out.
No, so I'll clarify this. So obviously me and Hilly, we've always ran it on high days, obviously, because I refeed heavily in for a couple of days. But when I was dieting on my own, I got lean. But like, you know, when like your body sticks, you get stuck at a point, like you're pushing it hard, it's doing nothing. I pulled the Lantus out and I fucking got super duper lean within weeks. So I think there's a point of diminishing returns. I don't know what the science is behind it, but without doubt, when I had it in, and like Hilly said, I pulled the dosage down to kind of match my food. Say I started at 30, I would taper it down with my food. And I think I was running like 10 IUs. but when I pulled out, I got noticeably leaner a lot quicker. So I'm not sure what the mechanism is in there that's causing that, but I did notice a big difference.
It just depends on this. For me, it depends. The majority of people say it was us, right? I would probably pull it out earlier, and it might not even be in once we were officially starting to come down. Whereas if I've got someone that's like Sam Mead, he's 270 pounds, he's lean, he's at the start of 16 weeks out and he's eating 1,000 grams of carbs a day. Just because we're now officially in prep and he's having 800 grams of carbs a day, doesn't mean that this comes out, it makes no sense. But for him, once we've probably got to 12 weeks or 10 weeks and his food's now at 400 or 500 grams of carbs, even though that's high for me, for him with his muscle mass, low carbs and his blood sugar, he'll be super sensitive. So Lantus is just going to run into hypos then. So it would come out for him then. If it was me, I wouldn't have Lantus in at all in prep, apart from the odd high day, because I can go hypo in the fucking off season. So and food's never high. So it would make no sense for me to have Lantus in. Whereas if you've got a 200 fucking, if it's fucking Adam Harden and he's fucking 318 pounds and he's come down and his food's still high, the more muscle there is, the more glycogen support you need to maintain fullness. So
but Hilly, but the more muscle there is, the more insulin sensitive you should be.
True, but if he's still eating 1,000 grams of carbs, I'd happily let if he's
you need some support in that kind of carbohydrate.
If he's eating 1,000 grams of carbs, if he's getting leaner, if his blood glucose is fine, then I wouldn't just be like, oh, we're 16 weeks out now, when prep, Lantus has got to come out because everything's good.
Mate, some of the best times of prep were fucking on high days when I play hypo roulette and try and get home before I died. They're like the best. Do my cardio and get home before I die.
My thoughts on Lantus and just insulin in general, I don't know where they stand. It just seem, I don't know if it's just been last year, sorry. Every time Lantus goes in, the look just changes.
I agree. We had this discussion. Like, I think
I looked fuller, I looked more muscular, and I had more vascularity before I started fucking with that. As soon as I put it in, I got a bit full, and then it just went spill.
I think your physique loses cleanness. So I think that false roundness you get, I think to a trained eye is quite obvious. And I think when you pull it out, you kind of get that crispy detail back in. It's like a natural fullness. It's not a false fullness, you know?
Milos has always said that. Milos has always said you have to use specific diuretics if you're going to load with insulin, because it creates a film of water. And Scott Stevenson said the same thing to me. That's why he didn't use it. There's no doubt, unless everything's right to cover the film of water, it does. So in the off season, to create that much fullness, there's going to be some fluid in it. There's going to be some adjustment. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, but my argument comes that in the off season, when we're starting to get bigger, obviously that means muscle and fat. If we start to deploy Lantus, it then just adds more. In essence, it adds. So if you kept all variables the same and Lantus went in, technically your weight should go up, right? Then again, you could argue it goes down because you're more now optimizing.
Yeah,
in
theory. But if your food stays the same, ultimately it should just be cellular fluid. Really, that's all it is going to be.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, when that cellular fluid, it's like when you have a cheat meal and it stagnates very quick when you're in a surplus. When you're in a surplus, you get that stacking effect of food, Lantus, GH, and then does it just mean that you're ending your off season faster?
I don't think that. I think you are of the 1% in bodybuilding, Riz, that can run the volume of GH that you do and not need Lantus. Like most people, the Lantus deployment would be a necessity. Like it would destroy blood glucose so much, you would just get fat. Like most people will be waking up with 7, 8 fucking.
What I'm saying true is I deployed the Lantus because my blood glucose, I have the data, it was like 6.5, 6.7. And guess what? That was all the time I was lean, my blood glucose was over 5, Fuck what the science says for a minute. It was over 5 and it was into the 6s, And as I got bigger and I was still fucking lean, it stayed high. I then got paranoid because it was going 6.4, 6.6. I then put the Lantus in. My blood glucose went down, but my body fat went up. So in essence, it does show you it is a bit of a shit.
Did you start pushing the food along with the Lantus in that point now?
No, my food stayed the same.
Because you can't get fat. You can't get fat without adding food in.
But is this when you also like put loads of MPP? Like is your problem's always right?
Hilly, are you trying to?
You combine things that look, you can never tell. When he tells me, I'm like, what else did you do though? And then when we go through it, there's like 8 things changed at once. You never just never change one thing.
Listen to me. Let's be honest right now. The apple does not fall far from the tree. Yeah. And unfortunately, in this situation, my brother, you are the oak tree. Yeah.
We are apples.
We are the apples on an oak tree, if that even makes sense.
There is science to support that, though. In a sensitive environment, if you're using insulin, the body will also opt to store fat as well. So where, let's say you're eating 60 grams of fat, there's potential with Lantus in that your body may be storing more of that fat ultimately over time. I think that can happen. But I still stand by the fact that I think Lantus is a necessity. Like when you eat, like there are like me as an example, like Lantus is a requirement when I'm eating 1,000 grams of carbs every day, mainly a pancreas release ultimately, and to manage blood glucose. My HGH isn't even that high, but I also don't think 6 is a concern risk. Like we're kind of mad with social media numbers like 3, 4. I think 6 is fine. I think when you're talking 8, 9, 10, 12,
well, I was eating 700 grams of carb every day.
I've said this forever, right?
You're lean.
I've said this forever. If you're taking 5+ IU of growth hormone before bed, you're taking a drug that is going to elevate your blood glucose in the morning. That is not telling you that you're insulin resistant. If tomorrow my blood glucose will be 3.9, right? If I then go and shoot 10 or 12 IU of growth, the next day it's going to show fucking 6.5 or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what? What I'm going to do next time is, when the Lantus is all out and I'm prepping, I'm running the GHI again, yeah? And I'm going to sleep with that thing on, that little dot thing. Now, because what I want to see is, I want to see what it does overnight, and then does it dip really hot down, and then does it spike up?
No, it will climb, it will elevate over like 45 minutes to an hour, and it will ultimately hold. It will come up and it will ultimately hold to an elevated rate, basically. That's ultimately.
Yeah, but I just want to see. I want to see exactly what it's doing, because when I spoke to Joe Jeffrey goes, obviously HbA1c is king, yeah.
Of course,
he goes, Riz, I had a client just like you, who was super lean at the point where I was super lean. He goes, and his blood glucose was really high in weight. So we did a calculation of blood glucose, HbA1c, X, Y, Z, and we actually realized
it's fucking redundant.
That number is completely bullshit.
But I think we're almost talking about 2 different people. Like the state that you were in, like as we know, we've all been in that period when you're lean and you're rebounding. When you pass, we all know where the runoff point is, don't we? You're super lean, super lean, super lean, super lean, super lean, food goes up, food goes up, food goes up. Then all of a sudden, fat starts accumulating. I think it's at that point I'm talking about. And I think what you're talking about is when you're still running through that rebound period, when ultimately you can do no wrong. You know, when your body's just super happy to absorb everything because it's hungry. I think when you're past that stage, though, I think that's when the Lantus comes in and has a positive effect.
The other thing for me is, I always say this, outside of blood glucose levels and stuff, I know I can have a client, nothing to do with his blood glucose. Say we haven't even checked his blood glucose, right? He's on a decent amount of food. We're mid-cycle. Progress is all right. Things are just starting to hit a bit of a plateau. I know I can put 10 or 15 IU of Lantus in, regardless of blood glucose, right? Regardless of growth hormone. He will look fuller. He will feel fuller, and his strength will go up and his recovery will improve. So, and this is why I always say this constant obsession with where your blood glucose is, when do you apply Lantus? It is an anabolic drug. Fuck all to do with it. Like, it will help you store more glycogen, which will increase cellular swell. It will increase recovery. It will help you shuttle nutrients better. It will increase your IGF levels. If I've got a client on 350 grams of carbs, we don't want to increase his cycle, because of whatever reason, say he's capped at 500 milligrams of drugs, so we just can't use any more drugs. Fucking Lantus is coming in as soon as I can, because he's going to be fuller. So his performance is going to be better. His recovery is going to be better. It's a drug that just worked. Yes, it certainly may, depending on how your own body responds, slightly give you a watery look. But it's also coming with more muscle mass. It may slightly increase fat gain. But if you're a bodybuilder and you're trying to grow as much muscle as fucking possible and you're not a fucking swimsuit model, then that's not a concern.
Just be prepared for the really sad day
when you stop.
When you finish off season and you drop 10 pounds straight away and you're no lean, you're like, you son of a bitch, it catches me out every time.
Yeah.
Any plans to add more to the Amino Kings range? Probably not, bro. In your opinion, what point in your bodybuilding journey should you add HGH?
As soon as you can afford it.
Yeah.
Honestly. Minimal risk. There's so many health benefits, longevity benefits. It's such a good aesthetic drug. Again, it's not going to change the way you look drastically, but I think if you are in tune with your body, you'll see a noticeable amount of fullness, improved recovery, improved skin, improved sleep. And I think ultimately, if you can afford it, put it in straight away. I'd put it in for a first cycle guide if they're minted. No problem.
Yeah. And as soon as you can afford a dose that's relevant to what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
So if you try to run it in the off season, the minimum dose for me you need is 6 IU every other day or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
That dosing works. In a fat loss stage, we know 1.5 to 2 IU maximizes lipolysis, so you can put 2 IU in to help fat loss. So if you're not wanting to use clenbuterol, like a really good fucking natural fat loss stack would be SLUPP, L-carnitine, and growth hormone, all taken in the fucking morning. Like,
and go and walk for 40 minutes.
You were burning loads of fat. You're going to feel great all morning. You're not touching your fucking heart. You're not touching your fucking resting heart rate or anything like that. Like, there's no stimmy effect. There's no thyroid effect. That'll work. But if you are in an off season and you think putting 2 IU before bed's going to fucking help you do much at all, it's not.
Can you imagine all the poor kids that listen to Riz like on here now because he's like a super duper famous influencer now? Like that Mungo Mammoth, right? He's going to his mum and dad, like, Mum, Dad, can I have $4 grand worth of pocket money a month, please, to do growth hormone like Riz is doing it? Just to clarify, nobody runs growth hormone like Riz. I still run 5 IUs a day. I just want everyone to be clear.
I'll be running 5 IU myself, you fucking wankers.
You're not. You're doing 14 a minimum a day. Don't lie to me.
Stop jealous because of your blood work. Stop pretending.
I bought my blood. I bought it down, my HGH. And guess what, Hilly? My sleep ain't gone worse. My sleep ain't gone better.
Do you feel less full?
No, because anabolic load is
So can we go back 2 weeks ago when I said GH doesn't make a difference after 5 IUs and you argued with me, said it's the best thing since sliced bread?
Yeah, but I'm saying
his hands show more.
I'm on more anabolics. So I can't answer, can I?
Well, I think I do. I think the GH look and feel is separable. I think you can see it definitely.
Has strength dipped a little bit in the gym?
It shouldn't. Your fucking drug load's gone up, so you shouldn't have seen anything.
No, I'm trying to think any variables here that I'm trying to generally think. No, I don't know, Deck. I can't. I'm not the kind of guy who gets super flat anyway.
No, I know. No, it's just interesting. It's just interesting to see what you think. It's just whether there is a point of diminishing returns, I suppose.
I think people have to realise my run of GH.
It's been a lengthy one and hard.
I think people need to understand one thing as well, and I actually had this conversation with someone the other day. I've not bodybuilded properly for a very long time. I think people get very deluded. They're like, "Oh, bro, you're doing all this now." I was like, "Yeah, because the last 5 years have been a flop. I've not really done it, you whoppers." Like, if you actually deep it and think about it, I was just going to the gym and eating. I wasn't going to the gym and nailing every variable, was I?
Yeah, but just because you're tracking data now, don't mean you do it properly. Do you know what I mean?
Listen.
Hang on. You were going to the gym, you were taking gear, and you're eating your meals, but you weren't bodybuilding.
But it's
even though you were doing half reps, you were putting 10 out of 10 effort in.
Didn't have his one and wasn't bodybuilding because he didn't have his nuts.
But in order, listen, I know a lot of I know a lot of lads out there who are bodybuild full time, but they have no life when they're 31 because they're fucked. Yeah,
they go.
What I'm saying is, I've done it a little bit backwards, innit? Like, I full send it now because I can.
I think you did it the right way. I think you've done it the right way, and I'll stand on that. I've done that sort of.
It's a little bit more financially affordable now. I don't have to stress about it.
Yeah. Peptides,
I don't pay for. I got a sponsor. Yeah, I always straight up with people. My friend owns a fucking brand. Do you know what I mean? I get that. But then I will only push what's obviously good. You lot know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when you're at a stage where you can push it hard, that's why I wanted the GH. And Hilly knows I collected that GH from like three turkey trips. Every fucking hose but selling GH. I kept buying it and I kept stocking it.
And every time I text him and say, "Riz, I'm out of GH, can you send me pennies?" I got none of it. All gone.
Yeah.
All gone. And you go around his house, get a cup of tea, open the fridge up, and there's 17 boxes full in his fridge.
Yeah, and the worst thing is our bare GH went out of date, so I was like, you know what, I need to just start banging it. We always talk about the bad. What's some of the good in the industry at the moment? Some a very good bodybuilder, Jack Kinsley.
He's a sicko. That Josh's brother. Yeah, wild.
Yes.
Absolutely wild.
Yes.
I think we don't just speak bad. I think all of us have touched on very recently how all the good bodybuilding has done for us as individuals.
Yeah. But what we do is mention the ridiculous stuff and the stupid stuff.
The culture.
And I think for us, that's more important than mentioning what's good, because the good stuff's the obvious stuff. Whereas the bad stuff, a lot of new people into it don't see. So I've had some consults with people really that aren't into all the Instagram side of things. They'll watch a podcast, but they're not into, the up-to-date clicky stuff or what coach has been doing this that they shouldn't have been doing or stuff. And I think sometimes pointing out the bad stuff's more important than, like, what is good in the bodybuilding industry? What's better now than 10 years ago?
Nothing.
Your access to information is greater, but unfortunately, you are swamped with bullshit information. The shows, yeah, great physique. Yeah, he's mega.
What a good physique.
Yeah, there's more shows, which is a positive thing. The shows are run better, but they're more expensive. You're getting robbed for some red federations.
I think it's more popular now, and I think it's great that it's almost commonplace to be into fitness. That's a change you've seen in the past 10 years. Like now, everybody. We spoke last week about My Protein. Like everybody knows that brand. Everybody's bought a supplement to some degree. I think it's more popular now, and I think it's good that people are health conscious. But again, like you just said, Hilly, I just think the volume of information and misinformation is out there now for people that don't have any right to spout that information. It's just concerning. I think it destroys the culture.
Yeah, but let's talk about the good things, innit? Let's
just mention a couple, because the other problem is, though, what are you defining here? What's better in the fitness industry, in the social media industry, or what's better in bodybuilding? Because if you look in essence at bodybuilding, the information that people are getting fed is either very manipulated or very incorrect. Whereas backwards, you were getting the correct information that was real life anecdotal from people that had walked the walk and done it. Now you're getting more accurate stuff because you've got more availability to blood work. But unfortunately, you're getting loads of information from people that haven't walked the walk, they've just read all the textbooks. Is one better than the other? You could argue either way.
I know a good positive, and Jack is an example of this. I think what everybody understands that, like, the cream will always rise to the top. We get that, right? And I think the exposure to knowledge and the industry through social media gets a lot of the younger guys in the gym, not doing shit that I was doing at his age. Like, I was getting banged up on weekends at his age and all sorts of stupid shit. You know what I mean? And I think what we're seeing now is the quality, caliber of athlete coming through. Like, look at Danny Howarth, Jack Eagles. Like, these kids are absolutely fucking retarded. And that massive bastard that just joined, he's not old either. He's a young lad. I think what you're seeing is a real positive improvement in the younger caliber of competitors, so that the ceiling will just keep increasing over time.
I think right now there's a lot of good for bodybuilding. Legit, the gyms are pretty packed, which is good for everyone. Business wise, good for the gym. How many gyms used to be shit before?
Yeah.
That used to have got you used to go to a gym and they'd be fucking wank. They'd close down every 2 years.
No, I'm old, man. I'm old now. I miss that shit.
Bro, we have to move with the times. Of bodybuilding will die out. This is, you get all them 90s guys are like, bodybuilding was better back in our days. No, mate, you had different fucking video camera. Chill yourself out.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that, by the way. I do not believe the caliber athlete was better than the 90s. I think that's bullshit.
Bro, bring out the 90s camera they had back then with the super high contrast pixelated screen.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know what's a very good example, actually? Type in Bob Paris posing, on YouTube. Watch the video. He looks soft. Look at the pictures. Peeled. Which one's which?
Yeah. The competitions themselves are all run better. The ability to get tanned is better. The tanning services are better. The way they run, the amount of competitors is better.
But look how good the PCA is, man. Fucking hell. The PCA is fucking mega. I wish they had the Two Bros Pro card.
Me.
It would be mate, could you imagine them shows?
I know, it would be so much better. Yeah. It's annoying that they don't.
If they had an IBU Pro card, fucking hell, they would.
But I also respect the grind of, like, we'll just stand their own in, just try and pull good athletes in towards
which they've done.
Money.
They've done that.
Yeah, they're committed with an international federation, which is outrageous.
Yeah.
Yeah, in what, 10 years?
And every year they've got more and more shows abroad, more shows here.
Like,
the only problem is they're going to struggle to keep up with the growth. I know they do.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, Hilly, as well, you imagine now, Kieran goes to Two Bros. Kieran's going to have to then, let's say he hypothetically wins. He wins, he now has to go into super stacked lineup. I'm not saying he can't do well, like he will, yeah? He'll smoke a lot. But, or he can go to the PC every 3 or 4 months, 2 or 3 months. In the summer, there's loads of shows and get 4 to 6 grand every time he turns up.
It depends whether you're focused on the financial thing, which that Lewis, whatever his name is, keeps going on about.
But Lewis has done good.
But I think a lot of people, his opinion is, his Instagram stuff is, I'm more comfortable doing this. I don't have to travel. I can make more money doing it. That's a great argument. But if you are a true athlete and you want to compete with the best and be the best version of you, then you go where the best is. You're not doing it for money. You're not doing it for financial. That's a bonus, but Kieran has a job. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want to be the best in something, if you want to be the best in an Olympic athlete, you don't fucking go outside of the Olympics, do you?
No.
If you want to be the best in Formula 1, you do Formula 4, Formula 3, Formula 2, Formula 1. It doesn't matter which way anybody, I love the PCA, but it don't matter which story you want to tell. If you want to be the best athlete, you have to go where the best athletes compete. PCA has a great caliber of athletes, but it is different too. You've only got to look at some people that do really well at the PCA to go to an internet, they go to a pro qualifier somewhere in Europe and they get fucking smoked. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I think what Lewis got a lot of bad rap here for that, yeah. But I think what he did was okay.
I think he just went about it the wrong way. I
don't think he did, bro.
I think what Hilly said, if you want to be the best athlete, I think everyone's chasing the cards, obviously ultimately gets Olympia, but I think there's another way to coin that, which is like a successful athlete. Like you take Kieran as an example. He works a flat out manual labor job, loves it, lives for bodybuilding, loves being in the chat, loves the banter, loves everything about it. I think he can coin that phrase ultimately, that I define success as earning fucking P and doing what I love doing. But I don't think he is trying to say, I'm the best athlete in the world when you've got 800 other things going on in life. But like you said, if you can bag 6 grand a year, love it, live it, provide for your family at home, build a life with foundations, that's successful, isn't it? I just think what Lewis did, Lewis kind of went about, look, let's be transparent. I know he's probably your boy, but nobody thought you should have got the fucking pro card in the first place. And I think when that happened, there's already a negative connotation towards you as an individual. You then not bail out, that's not true. You then decide it's a better option for you to go to PCA and then kind of shove it in everybody's faces by putting stories up of checks you got on the wall as if almost it's better.
Yeah, but success is determined different to everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, and I agree with that.
But listen, I'm not trying not to be biased here, yeah? He's not my best mate. He's not my enemy. I'm just in the middle, right? He's not our sponsor either, so I don't have to be biased. What I'm saying is, now, does it make sense? Lewis stays at the PCA, wins a good amount of shows, does better for coaching. He enjoys it. He's not going to travel. It'll be easy for him and his partner, whatever, yeah? If you're in the UK, he makes good money. That's going to help him with his coaching. And it's him saying, do you know what? This is where I want my threshold to be, is here. And I think that's okay. Because it's like us lot. If we played 5-a-side football, we'd be like, lads, we're only ever going to play 5-a-side. That's sweet. If Dex says, I'm good enough for Premier League, well, you carry on, Dex. You do what you want, bro.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy here. And if he pushes more, are his genetics elite? No. Are they good? I think they're good. How much drugs is he going to have to take?
Yeah.
To get to that next step to what then have a heart attack?
Yeah, and listen, you're your own person. You can do whatever you like. But if you choose to portray things on Instagram for your business and for everybody else, then you can't complain when everybody has an opinion. If you're a Premiership football player, right, and you play for Manchester United, and you've done everything you can to be a pro football player, and then you turn up for Sunday League on a Sunday and score 9 goals and then run around as if you're fucking celebrating because you mint, people are going to say, listen, mate, you look like a bit of a tit. You've just beat some amateurs here, a pro athlete. And whatever his reasoning is, you can't be upset that someone's gone, hang on, you've just put 9 goals against some lads that have come out the pub and you're running around fucking buzzing about it. Calm yourself down, kid.
That's the best analogy in the world. Literally the best analogy in the world.
I don't give 2 fucks what anybody does. But don't have a whinge when you're posting your shit on Instagram for your business, and then people have a negative opinion. Me and Jack are open about our social lives. If people want to say, well, you use the sessions, you'd have been better bodybuilders if you were. Yeah, you're right. Fucking hell. Like, just, you know, I can't argue with you.
Yeah, of course.
We talk about going on a bench. If I don't know football, I don't like football, but if a professional fucking, I tell you what, right? There was a man. Have you seen the Instagram videos? It's a school playground, right? And this woman is a gold medalist.
She does the 100 meters.
Now, if she finished, she turned around and went, smashed the door. People would be like, well, what a tick you are of, like, what you even doing running against mums? Do you know what I mean? But she did just finish and got off the fucking field. Do you know, like,
I do respect though that she went full gas and actually cleared everyone. Yeah.
So the problem is, it's not about someone's behaviour.
She probably would have lost to a man, though. Let's be honest.
What?
She probably would have lost to a normal bloke running.
More dad's there, that's for sure, mate. She was rapid.
No, but
that's my only thing. That's my only thing with that. It's my only thing with that is that you were a pro athlete, and then now you're beating amateurs. You're going backwards. It's the same as if you go to the open class, you're not allowed to go back to novice.
Yeah, but he's not. He's only done the amateur class once, and then now he's won the pro card.
But the thing is, if you compete in open, you're not allowed to go back to novice, are you? It's not fair on the novices. So once you're a pro athlete, why is it fair to come back and beat amateurs and then buzz about celebrating it? Like I say, pro football player turns up to Sunday league and puts that trick away, and then he starts going, whoa, I'm awesome. Well, you're not, mate. Like, it's a different level. And if an open athlete isn't allowed to go back to novice, either, because that's not fair. That's the way I see it. And again, no one cares about my opinion. And he's a lovely lad.
I got no beef with the kid. Yeah, just cover. I don't even know the kid. I'm just saying how it looks from the outside.
Yeah.
For the odd time I've seen a lot with him, and I watch his Instagram stuff.
He is a nice lad.
Done. But you can't. All I'm saying is, you can't be upset if you put it on, and this goes for any walk of life. If you're an OnlyFans guy and you post that shit on Instagram and people start slagging you off, like, you don't put it on Instagram. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't be upset with people's opinions if you put it out there.
I think the best way he could have faced that situation was done the PCA pro card, just won it, got it, and done the shows and carried on as normal, not said anything. And that's the smartest move. Say nothing.
But he could have put his like trophies up and his picture up. It's not a problem. It's the portrayal that he's putting on that he's made the better decision than everybody else. I think that's what frustrates. I think that's where the narrative comes. Yeah, I think that's where the narrative comes from. It's kind of like, jog on, mate. And even to add like more fuel to like Hilly's analogy, it's like, imagine being that kid who always talk the talk of getting to the Premier League, right? Absolute gobshite, bit about him, always posting on socials, that sort of stuff. Gets signed, plays one game at the Pro League and he's a bag of shit. Then goes back to play Sunday League and he starts acting like a dick. It's the exact same thing. It's like, you only just got to the pinnacle of it. You dipped your toe in and thought, fuck this, I'm backing back out. And now I'm kind of showing off what I've done.
Yeah, I can't lie. If I got an IFBB Pro card and a PCA Pro card, I said, listen, mate, on the wall, fuck all of you. I'm retiring. I'm finished. I've completed. I'd say I'm a full-time coach.
But there are also the flip side of that. Let's take Josh Law's example. He was absolutely robbed by two bros last year. Fucking robbed.
Robbed, mate.
He never should have lost. He got beat by a guy who had no upper body. Like, it was ridiculous. And then went a week later to then win with PCA and win some cash and turn pro. Now,
and Josh Law was on that day, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah, exactly. And then at that point, then you gain kind of, I don't know, traction within that industry from that individual. Like, he'll be a PCA man for life now. Do you see what I mean?
Bro, Josh Law is, I don't think people understand how big he is.
Bro, you try training that guy, mate. You'll want to go play five-a-side.
He's fucking massive. Such a good physique, honest to God. Riz, this question is well funny, Hilly. Riz, with your current setup of mindset, do you think you could become an IFBB pro? Absolutely not, my brother. I'm not on the deludable, mate.
I've always said this. You could.
I agree.
Go in the right classic class with a bit more development. I've always said,
Hilly, listen to me.
I think you have the genetic capability to do so, but I don't think, like you said, now you're enjoying doing what you're doing.
No, Listen to me. I've accepted one thing from the start off, like 2-3 years ago. Yeah, since D got poorly, I know I can be okay at the PCA ranks, and I'm very, very happy. If I ever got a PCA Pro card, done on my wall, retired, sword on the wall, done, finished, I'd be gone.
But like you just said a minute ago, like you flopped it for 5 years. Now imagine if you were, so imagine if you did make the mistake that we don't agree with, that we always speak about, that you threw every penny and ounce into being a pro bodybuilder and ticking all the boxes from the get-go.
I'd have no life, bro.
Exactly. I'm not saying it would be a better life. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying from a genetic standpoint, like Hilly said, on the right show, on the right day, you had a potential to go pro in IFBB.
Yeah.
And I think that's that's
but
what
but I think a lot of people could go and do a show and become pro, but that doesn't mean you deserve it.
No, I agree.
Like Hilly could rock up to fucking Two Bros Masters, yeah, on the day
in the
and
Bahamas.
come in sliced, and win, with your slip disc in his back. But that's not me knocking my boy. It's not me knocking my boy. But then that's it, innit? It's like if we got it, we'd get it, and then it's done.
But I won't lie.
I'd someone like
the amount of motherfuckers dropping dead. It's starting to get on my brain a little bit. That Jason Lowe, mate. I watch his content for years.
I watched his content for years and years. That's why I messaged you to it. I was like, wow.
Like I remember him walking in the back of one of Luke Sando's videos. They pulled him in to train with them and stuff, and he was just like his little kiddie. And like you didn't think he was pushing it.
I watched endless amount of that kid's fucking stuff over the years.
Because again, he was normal. He's like us. Like he loved it for what it was. You see what I mean? It wasn't the gimmicky shit. And then obviously the cunts just dropped dead with a baby on the way.
Oh yeah. It's got to grow like Kieran's does.
Yeah, like Riz does.
And it's got to have a stomach like Deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got to have all these 4 aspects and be black.
Yeah, I'll be back. Yeah. I agree.
You know what I mean?
Man's wet on the inside. He's a little bit soft.
Yeah, I'm still running through gun. I wasn't saying that I'm not gay. I just thought it was a shock. That was all. This is the same dude who won't get a pump one session and put 9 different compounds in a vial and pin it.
Who?
You.
No.
I'm an adult now.
And
you say getting fit and doing high rocks, I'll fill you in. I'll beat you up.
No.
Wait till Riz with all the money he's got starts buying them expensive shoes with the height adjustments in. You know, so he's always
the little heels. Yeah, be 6'2".
Yeah,
that's an old lad's calling it down. He go,
mate. He's got some cheeks to clap.
He ain't clapping no cheeks.
He ain't clapping no cheeks. 45 minutes ago. That's why that's going red.
Yeah, my joint the way they are at the moment, mate. I can't even have a went the way my temperature. Right. What is taken into consideration when choosing either rapid or long insulin for a client?
I use long insulin as a base, and then I use rapid in a controlled environment, so it's meal specific as and when I need it.
No, I think he means what do you consider if you're deciding which one to go with for the client first?
I always go through Lantus from a safety standpoint. I start extremely low, 5-10 I use, make sure they understand it, kind of see how they manage that, and then I'll ramp up to a maximum like 30-40 when I use a Lantus, and then I'll normally start adding rapid in around the pre-post workout window. That's always the same thing.
I'm same as Deck.
For me in general, I'm the same. If we're in a set off season, if we're looking to grow, I see more benefit from adding in a basal, adding in Lantus. I just think it brings more to the party and it's safer. If someone's never used insulin before, it's also a safer route to go with Lantus. So that's where my decision will swing that way as well. If I've got quite an advanced client who's never used insulin, I've got quite an advanced client who's never used insulin, but they've got a particular weak body part to bring up, or they seem to be having recovery issues, sometimes I may swing with fast acting first. Or if someone's got a very manual job and they tend to exert a lot during the day, then I'll avoid Lantus, because Lantus is always pulling blood glucose down.
Yeah.
So sometimes bringing in that environment can cause random hypos. So for that person, I actually think a fast cylinder round training makes
sense.
It's actually safer because seem to finish work at 4 o'clock. Their output's done. We can then load food in. We can put fast acting around the training. And in that period, if they're advanced and they've used it before, I'll go pre first and then pre and post.
Yeah.
They're quite new to it and the training not too late, I'll go post workout first. I always think if you've got no experience with insulin, post workout is much safer than pre workout.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
sweet.
one to finish on. And remember, none of this is medical advice. This is just 3 stupid people having some random shit about fun stuff.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
but guys,
subscribe
listen.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, see you later.
Peace out.
Let me just